Sami, I'm really intrigued to know, as I'm sure are the listeners, where were you going wrong in the relationships? What characteristics were you kind of showing within your relationships that were preventing them from being a success?
Yeah, that's a great question, Zoe. And as an expert, I always think there's not just one thing where I was going wrong. But for the sake of this interview, if I were to pick like one major thing where I was actually really, hurting my chances of success in my love life, it would be that I was channeling my masculine energy in my love life and the way I was approaching my romantic relationships. So, to help you understand this, our masculine energy, both men and women are gifted with both energies. So, there's nothing sexist about these terms, masculine and feminine, right? Like to be a balanced individual, men should be connected both with their masculine and feminine. And to be a balanced individual, women should also be connected with both their masculine and their feminine side. So, as a go getter, as an ambitious woman, I was really operating in the periphery of my masculine energy a lot. And I was, a go getter, ambitious. And so, when I wanted something, I would set a goal, I would make a plan, I would go work hard, take action and achieve it. Now, this was great for my career and this brought me far. But when I channeled the same energy in my love life, here's what it looked like. I would meet men I liked, and then I would set my target on them, and then I would laser focus on them, and then I would think about them all day and night and make a plan on how can I seduce him, how can I show him that I'm a catch, how can I convince him of my value. And then I would ask them out on dates, I would text them, I would initiate conversation, I would what I call lean forward with these men and try to pursue the connection, try to make things happen. And I always had this belief in the back of my mind, if I only tried hard enough, it's going to work out. So this is the masculine paradigm, right? Like if you don't get success, you just try harder. So that's what I did in my work, in my love life as well. And this was detrimental towards my love success and towards every successful woman's love success because of two reasons. The first reason is when you have this masculine energy approach in your love life, what happens is that you end up attracting really passive men. These men are almost around you in their feminine energy, which means that whether you like it or you don't like it, you end up playing the man in the relationship dynamic, which means that you're leaning forward, you're calling, you're texting, you're initiating, you're making the plans, you're saying no problem, I'll drive, you're saying no problem, I'll pay my part, I'll split the bill. And all of this feels great at the start in the honeymoon phase when there's chemistry and two people really like each other. But what ends up happening is that 6 months down the line, 8 months down the line, I got resentful and my clients get resentful because they say, he's so lazy. If I wouldn't do it, nothing would ever get done. If I don't plan dates, he wouldn't ask me out. He's always busy. He's always working. He's got time for his friends. He's got time for a beer, but he's never got time for me. So this is why approaching your love life with your masculine energy is going to make you attract men to you who are more in their feminine. It isn't a bad thing per se, but you have to understand that if you lead with that dynamic, then that dynamic is going to stay throughout your relationship. And then you don't get to complain about it and you don't get to be resentful about the fact that he doesn't do much and that you're the one giving and doing and providing and feeling exhausted and resentful at the end of it. So that's number one. A lot of highly successful women attract lazy, passive men who are projects. Okay, they're like babies. They don't look like babies. They often look very hot. But when it comes to their empowered masculine energy, these men don't have that much empowered masculine energy. And that's why you're attracted to them, because you're in your masculine. And when you understand the art of attraction, you understand it's always about the presence of polar opposite energies. It's about polarity. So when you are leading in your masculine, you're going to attract feminine men. But the reverse is also true. When you lean back and relax in your feminine, you're going to attract more empowered masculine men who are going to be able to give to you and do for you.
So are you saying that a woman shouldn't, when a woman's and a guy are dating, are you saying that a woman shouldn't message the guy first?
Yes,
A woman should.
absolutely. Why? If a man wants you, he's going to initiate. And if he's not initiating, he may not want you. And that may be hard for the ego to hear at first, but it saves you a lot of heartbreak and saves you a lot of confusion inside your love life. So many times, relationships happen because women pursue the connection. In these cases, the relationships may not have started at all in the first place had the man had the choice, right? So I always tell my clients, feminine energy is about attraction. It's not about chasing, it's about attraction, which means you can still pull towards you the men you like, right? It's a bit like dropping the handkerchief, right? Like you can give the subtle signals of, making deep eye contact, smiling when you like a man, yeah, but not that aggressive masculine approach where you're like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? That is where you really start to lead the connection, pursue the connection. And the sad thing about it is that it's the dynamic that's going to stay in the relationship throughout the relationship. And if that's not what you want in a long-term relationship, that's not how you want to start the relationship.
So where in a relationship, at the beginning of a relationship, would a woman start initiating conversation and text messages?
I think it's okay to do that inside a safe attachment. So, for example, when you are exclusive and you're in a committed relationship, I think it's okay every once in a while for you to reach out. I say 60-40, like the man is still in the leading energy, giving more in the relationship, and you're the queen, you're leaned back, you're relaxed, you're receiving, all of this is feminine energy. But in the dating phase, the most successful, amazing bonding relationships come out when the man really makes an effort to win the woman. And the woman has not to do much. She just has to lean back, relax, receive, and let love in.